Hello, it is the sixth Sunday in Easter, and our reading today is out of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14 to chapter 4, verse 5. Now, Paul begins by telling Timothy that he's written these things so that he would know how to instruct those in the church in Christian behavior, that there is a certain way to behave, and that if he can't be there in person, he's written Timothy so that Timothy can let them know. And then he talks about how there will be those who will bring in doctrines that are demonically inspired that will cause people to fall away from the faith. And these doctrines that he talks about are about abstinence from foods and severe asceticism. Now, it's interesting to me that the passages we've just looked at out of Romans talk about how we shouldn't make these things about whether or not to eat certain foods a matter of the faith. So Paul is saying that there are those who will do that, who will make the abstinence from certain foods a matter of the faith, and from that cause people to fall away because they've focused on things that aren't essential, and they've made the non-essential matters of faith. Now, this is a danger I think that we see in the church today, where there are those who make non-essential things absolute matters of the faith. So Paul tells Timothy to be strong and to not fall into such things, and to wisely instruct those under his care about these things, not to be drawn away by those things that are not matters of the faith, treating them as though they are, when in fact they're even false doctrines. So Paul encourages them to be sure and strong in their faith. So I want to encourage you that where there are those things about where you can have differences of opinion, be sure and strong and confident in what you believe. But be wary of those who take those things that are non-essentials of the faith and make them essentials, and therefore have or don't have fellowship with others because of them. This is a thing I see in the church constantly, an issue that I see constantly raised, where people go beyond the essentials of the faith and make or break fellowship over these other things. If we're going to have unity in the church, if we're going to have God move in the church, and God move in the church through evangelism in the world, so that the world sees who we are and sees that we're in Christ and sees who Christ is, like Jesus talks about in John 17. It's essential that we learn to have unity on the essential things and not make the non-essential things matters of central importance to the faith. I want to encourage you with that today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.